Hey guys, how's it going? Just heading back from the UP State Fairgrounds in Escanaba, Michigan. My daughter Jordan just got done showing her market lamb, and let's have a little debrief here on how it went. So, she chose the Katahdin hair sheep as her breed of choice for showing a lamb. A very unusual choice, but she made the choice because that's our breed. That's what we do. And to be honest, she likes to be different. She likes to do things that are unexpected, things that people have never seen before, and this was definitely a good choice. So this is the first time in the history of our county fair as well as our state fair that the Katahdin has been in the ring. Now, I am basing that information off of my personal experience with lambs over the last 25 years. And then I also asked some elders within the sheep world, and they said they have also never seen it. So that's where I'm getting that information from. If you go to a fair and you're looking at the sheep that are there, you're probably seeing Hampshires or Suffolks, cross of the two. Nowadays it's getting popular to start sprinkling in other breeds with that, but they're wool sheep. 9 times out of 10, you're going to see wool sheep out there. They're big, ginormous powerhouses. They are some sexy lambs. You can see muscles popping. Their bodies are on point. And you get them when they're little, couple months old. You pound them with feed, you pound them with exercise, and finish them out. And you just want them to be phenomenal bodybuilders, basically. And they do it really well, and they're capable, and they can handle it. The Katahdin is very different. The Katahdin is a hair sheep. It has a tail, so it looks very, very different from what you're used to seeing out there in the ring, and because of that, they usually don't do as well. It's just your eye is not used to seeing something different. I have heard tons of horror stories about judges that don't even know what they are. These kids will be bringing in lambs, and the judge goes, "You can turn that right back around and go. That's a goat." Or they'll say, "It's not, you didn't shear it. I can see it has wool. And why does it have a tail? You can turn around and walk right back out." A lot of kids, if they're introducing Katahdins to the area, they will actually take a copy of the breed standard in the ring with them, hand it to the judge so that the judge knows what it's dealing with. This judge today, though, chef's kiss to him. I was in love with him for so many different reasons today, but he knew what a Katahdin was, and he really liked the breed. You could tell. He took time on him. You can see some judges, they won't even give him a second look. He really considered our lamb a lot, both in the showman classes and the market classes. Really put his hands on him a lot, gave him time. And I like this judge because he gave feedback to the kids. So he did tell us, every time I looked at your lamb, he was set, he was ready, he was looking good. He's firm under the hand, but not hard. He said that's a very nice Katahdin. He said that he would love to see him in front of a judge at a specialty show, which is a specialty show of just Katahdins. He said that he would have loved to see how he stood up against others in his breed. In a place where you're the only Katahdin, the only way that you are going to win and take a class is if your Katahdin is built like a wool sheep. It can happen, but it's a genetic point. It's some really fine tuning on nutrition because they're just not supposed to be built that way. But she did amazing today. I was so impressed with her. Impressed with my lamb, impressed with her. Very proud of our farm because we breed our own stock here. We're not going out and buying a lamb from somebody else to show. We're combining our own genetics here. We're doing our own thing to churn out stuff that can go in a ring and compete against anybody else. And that's pretty awesome. I'm also ridiculously proud of Jordan because she's already talking about what am I going to do next year? How am I going to improve next year? What can I do different? What can I do better? I love that she's hungry all the time. I love that. One thing, though, I'm not so in love with is watching behind the scenes of a show. Now, I've been in the sheep world of showing, lamb world, goat world, horse world, I've been around showing livestock for 35 years, and it's always, you'll have the kids that you can see them one way in the ring, and the second they get out of the ring, that smile's gone and the real personality comes out. I hate seeing that, and I saw it today. And parents, if you see your kids doing that, smack them upside the head. Okay? These are kids. This is a 4-H show. I understand you put time in, you put work in. It's good to be competitive. But if you get out of that ring and you are pissed because you didn't take the class and the first thing you do is punch your lamb or slap it in the face, no. 100% unacceptable. And I hope to God if any parents saw their kids doing that would say something. Better yet, if their 4-H club leader saw something like that, they would say something. Disgusting. Not okay. Also, most shows you're not allowed to ice your lamb before a class. Icing is where you take like a towel or literally an ice pack under the towel, put it over the loins, which is the long muscle along the back. By icing it's usually not allowed. Cold towels are, but people get away with that all the time. You can just put an ice pack in between the towel. What it's supposed to do is, obviously, when you do that to your muscles, they tighten up. So when you're in the show ring and the judge comes around and they're putting their hands, feeling that muscle, they want to feel that it's hard, right? They want to feel that muscle. And if you ice them, it makes it feel firmer to the touch. Now, that's not inhumane. That's not horrible. There's no sheep out there or lamb like, oh my God, I've got frostbite. But, guys, come on. I saw kids losing their minds because their parents weren't running fast enough with their ice towels and their cold cloths. If you have to be icing your lamb for a half hour before and are getting all upset because it's not done fast enough by mom and dad, perhaps we need to be reevaluating our lamb. If you have to pull out bells and whistles to try to... come on. I'm also like all for, again, in every industry, how you clip an animal, you can hide little defects, you can make other things pop, all different illusions of the eye that you can do to really help. You can hide bad legs. Right now the shag on the legs is in. When I was showing, that wasn't in. Now it is. You can hide really yucky stuff by keeping the shag long on the legs. Stuff like that, like who cares? And it's different fads and comes and goes. But I mean, there is some stuff that is not as nice. And if you got to do all that to try to compete, then maybe, like I said, we need to reevaluate where are we buying these lambs from, genetics, nutrition, your exercise program. If you're going to win, you should be able to have it in the bag and not try to pull out every trick in the book to try to do it. The other thing I'm not in love with is the slapping of the lambs. Okay, that has always been a thing. So when they're set up, you want that top line to be fairly level, right? But some lambs have a little bit of a hump. Some, it's just the way they stand a little bit. They kind of hump up. So if you tip, tip, tap where it's humped up, they'll drop it down. And it gives that illusion of being a nice flat back. I'm not sure at what point it became okay to haul off and slap these animals in the back. Why are we giving it a thwack that the entire ring can hear? I don't want to hear you slap your animal. No, we're not doing that. If your animal won't drop it down by you giving them a little tip tip, no, not nice, not nice. And if you have to be out there slapping the hell out of your animal to get it to have a straight top line, I don't know, not in love with that. I wish more judges would be like, stop being slap happy. Don't be slap happy with your lambs, dang it. Just get out there and have a good time. Go eat some fair food. Have a great time. I'll come at you guys again soon.